Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Charmast Quick Charge Power Bank. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So in this box is a Charmast Quick Charge Power Bank. It features Quick Charge 3.0, power delivery as well as iSmart quick charging technologies. And it has a 26,800 mAh battery capacity. Now let's go ahead and open up the box. And we do that by, of course, using a penknife here and very carefully making a cut into the shrink wrap. And now we can peel the shrink wrap off, right there, and continue by, of course, pulling out the tab that's keeping the box flap securely shut and lifting that up and looking straight inside now at the Charmast Quick Charge Power Bank with a 26,800 mAh battery capacity. And let's lift the contents out. So that's the power bank in its mesh charging case. And let's continue to lift the rest of the contents out, and always checking on the underside of the packaging to make sure nothing is attached to it. And let's just tip the contents out, might be quicker this way. And right there, so contents emptied onto the tabletop. Let's set the box down once I close it right up. Let's set it on the right hand side of the frame right there, and I'll spread the contents across the tabletop nicely here. So you can see all the items and accessories included with this Charmast Quick Charge Power Bank. So right there, all the cables, oops, just making sure that they're all visible in the frame right there. Okay, so that's the Charmast Quick Charge Power Bank's contents from the box packaging. And let's start off by taking a look, of course, at this card here. But let me, of course, as well, might as well just pop the power bank straight out from its mesh carry case or travel pouch. I'm just going to set that down there so at least you have another view once again, but this time a slightly more complete view with the contents, or at least the power bank removed from its mesh carry case right there. So right there. Okay, so let's start off by taking a look at this QC cert or card here. So it's just a quality check or inspection certificate. Okay, I'm just going to set that down on the left hand side of the frame, and moving right along, there is a service card or customer contact card to get in touch with Charmast should you have any queries about your Charmast product, and in this case the Charmast Quick Charge Power Bank. And moving right along, there is a user manual or instruction manual or user guide for the power bank. Okay, just flipping it open or spreading it across, you can see it opens across several panels, and we're just going to take a close-up look right now at the details contained in this user manual. It's right there, giving you a close-up look to the specifications and usage instructions. And once again, it's nice to see that there's some customer support contact information as well on the user manual. Okay, just going to set that down now, and moving right along, we of course have the mesh carry pouch. You can see my hands right behind it. It is very light in weight, and there's a tag here with the Charmast branding as well right there. And of course, being quite light in weight, it also at the same time provides a good level of shock shock absorption, should I say. And it does have a drawstring closure as well. Okay, so that's the pouch or carry case. Just going to find a spot somewhere to keep it maybe partially in the frame, seeing that the tabletop space is quite limited here. And we have some cables. Let's just look at them all at the same time. So we have what appears to be, might be a bit tricky. Let's look at them one at a time, because if not, it's hard to get them to stay in focus with all those bits moving around. So the first cable here is a USB to USB, USB-C to USB-C charging cable. So USB-C to USB-C or USB Type-C charging cable, double-ended charging cable. Right there. And then moving on to the next item, we do have another cable, of course, 3 cables in all. This one is a USB-C to USB Type-A, I beg your pardon, micro USB to USB Type-A. I'm losing it today. Perhaps I haven't had enough salt. Okay, so right there, micro USB on the right and USB Type-A on the left, right there. And then the next cable, we have another micro USB to USB Type-A cable right there. So once again, so a pair of micro USB to USB Type-A and a double-ended USB-C cable right there. Okay, now finally moving to the main item itself, and just let me do a little bit of juggling around with these cables. So right there, a pair of USB micro USB cables, I beg your pardon, and a double-ended USB-C cable right there. Okay, so main item here is the Charmast quick charge power bank with a 26,800 milliampere hour battery capacity, and you can see just the size of it right there. It is fairly large, but weight-wise, it is pretty reasonably weighted for its size. However, of course, it does have a massive battery capacity, having 26,800 milliampere hours. And look at the ports there. So it does have 6 ports in total, and one of the ports, being the USB-C, is bi-directional as well. So we'll take a close-up look at the ports in just a second. Just going to give you an all-round look. So it does have a nice weight to it. It doesn't feel too heavy at all given its size right there. It is quite slim, even though it is quite large or wide. But right there, and it does have a nice rubberized or vulcanized matte finish right there. So it feels really nice to hold on to. And of course, those contoured or rounded edges as well does make it quite comfortable to hold and to grip, as well as of course protecting your devices and of course the power bank if you keep them in close contact while charging or right up against each other. So right there, giving you a sure look at the size of this massive high capacity heavy duty power bank. Given its size right there, you can see the thickness of the power bank. It isn't very thick at all. It is quite slim right there. And of course, those rounded edges does give it a nice svelte look or appearance. And then of course it does have that Charmast branding as well. And you can hear just how solid this power bank is. Once again, it's always nice to see with Charmast power banks, they do have quite a balanced design in terms of the weight distribution. It doesn't feel lopsided at all. It does have a nice balanced feel to it, making it very, very predictable, I guess, when it comes to handling it. So you don't have to find the sweet spot in terms of grip. So right there, the Charmast charge power bank with a 26,800 milliampere hour battery capacity right there, giving you a look at some of the details, and of course the labels right there, or text, to identify the very many ports on it. So 6 ports altogether. And taking a look at the side, you can see what's that one? A micro USB port there. That is an input port to charge the power bank. And then that one is a lightning port right there, giving you a look at the different labels right there. Should you need to figure out what's what, it's all clearly labeled right below each of the ports right there. So micro in, lightning in. Type C is bi-directional, so it can be used for charging up the power bank or using the power bank to charge a mobile device or any kind of portable device. Output 1, output 2, so the 2 iSmart output ports, as well as the last one there, output 3, is a quick charge port. So 1 quick charge port, and then you have your iSmart ports there and your power delivery for whichever device you connect to the USB-C or Lightning ports right there. So right there, giving you an all-around look at this Charmast power delivery quick charge power bank. So it's nice to see that there is a little bit of a glossy sandwich layer right there in the middle between the 2 matte vulcanized or rubberized surfaces of this power bank. So once again, right there at the ports directly. So 3 USB type A's, which are the output ports, having the iSmart, and then the quick charge 3.0 right there. And then the USB-C, which is bidirectional for input output, and then you have your lightning right there for input, as well as your micro in, which is the micro USB. So right there, all the ports, giving you once again a close-up look at the ports once we get the focus right there to come in. So right there, nice close-up look at ports, as well as a power button right there. Not sure how well you can see that button. Okay, now we've got focus, as well as the 4 LEDs. So it does have 4 LEDs to indicate each quarter or 25% level of the remaining battery capacity or power reserve or charge of this Charmast power bank. So right there, giving you once again an all-around look as to the size and overall design, and of course those ports and the power button on the side as well. So power button on that side. So I'm just going to give it a quick tap just to see, and right there it's nice to see that all 4 LEDs are lit. So we have at least a 6% or up to 100% charge in there. It's always nice to see things like that when it comes to receiving a brand new power bank that is pretty much ready to go with a full charge right there, fully lit with those 4 LEDs. And once again, just giving you a look at the ports the other way around and those labels as well. Right there, right there, right there. Okay, so those are the parts and close-up look of this Charmast quick charge power bank. Now let's charge some devices and just see how it goes. So I do have a Sony Xperia XZ3 Android smartphone here, and it's in its Bling's slim carbon fiber effect TPU case. I've unpacked the case before and I've unboxed the phone before on the channel, so you can always look up those videos if you need to. Let's plug in the USB-C cable, the double-ended USB-C cable right here. First to the phone and then into the Charmast power bank, into the USB-C port right there. And you can see that the phone has buzzed right there and chimed, and it's now charging It's currently showing at 66% right there. So right there, phone's charging, and let's see if we can charge a few other devices at the same time. And before I do, let's just continue with plugging a few other devices. So I do have right here a Nokia 130 mobile phone, which I've also unboxed on the channel before. And let's charge this one. So it does have a micro USB port. Let's plug in the micro USB cable and plug the micro USB cable, the type A end, into just any of the three ports right here. So let's plug it in to that port right there. The quick charge port, not bad. It does have quick charge technology on the mobile phone, but nonetheless, just showing you those three devices, or at least those two devices. And lastly, I do have the Soundpeats True Free Plus earphones, which I've unboxed very recently as well on the channel. And it does have a micro USB connector or port at the back. So let's plug the third and final cable from the box packaging and plug that USB type A end into any of the other remaining two ports. So you can see there are altogether 4 output ports, and you can see that the charging case is now charging with the LED flashing light. So all 3 devices are charging at present, and you can see the LED status light right there showing that it is providing a power supply there, and it is still at 4 dots, fully lit. And of course it's a little bit messy here, trying to get everything to fit in the frame, but nonetheless, let's see and try my best right there. So all the devices happily charging simultaneously using this Charmast quick charge power bank. And let's see what happens if I press on the power button on the side. So nothing, but if I do a double tap, that turns or cuts the power supply off. So it's nice to see that control there, having a control to be able to kind of precisely or accurately control the power delivery into your devices without having to plug and unplug them should you wish to stop or resume power supply. So to resume, we should simply be able to resume just by simple tapping right there, and you can see all the devices coming back to their charge right there. So once again, just going to show you, double tap turns off power, and single tap resumes power right there to all connected devices to the power bank. So right there, it's nice to see all the devices happily charging away, and the Charmast power bank is still nice and cool. Of course, we've not left it for too long, but nonetheless, all devices have no issues right there with the charge. I'm just going to take a quick look to see if anything's changed in terms of the charge percentage. I know it's not even been more than a minute or more, but right there it's actually showing 70% charge on the Sony Xperia XZ3 Android smartphone. So it does, power has increased right there from 66%, if I remember correctly, right there when we started with the plug-in just then a few minutes ago. So that's the Charmast quick charge power bank. Thanks for watching and happy charging.